Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. In the unboxing video, I've asked a question of whether or not this is the real CasiOak. In this video, I will try to answer it. So let's start off with some measurements of the watch. The watch has a case width of 37.5 millimeters when I measured across this bezel to bezel, the flat of the two sides of the bezel. It has a lug to lug distance of a rather short 44.8 millimeters, but the effective lug to lug distance is slightly longer due to that integrated bracelet. So if I were to measure from the end links to end links, the effective lug to lug distance is 50.2 centimeters. The thickness, however, is a bang on 8 millimeters, so it's kind of a really slim watch. The lug width, it's a bit of a challenge here. When I tried to measure it, I'm guessing it's like 16 or 18 millimeters, but somehow the watch comes with an integrated bracelet. Okay, so it starts off at 22 millimeters and tapers down to about 18 millimeters and back to 19.5 on the clasp. The octagonal case design is where this watch gets its nickname. It definitely has the essence of an AP Royal Oak, but it's not an exact copy. Also, there are only 4 screws and not 8 as with the Royal Oak. Instead of sitting on the bezel, the screws sit slightly beneath the bezel. I'm not really sure if they are real screws or just press-on pins that are machined to look like screws, as their alignment is really uniform. So this is not an exact copy of the Royal Oak, but definitely inspired by it. And comparing to the GA2100 that you can mod with aftermarket bezel and bracelet, this has 2 advantages. First, it comes ready-made. You do not need to buy any other mod kit that can cost as much as this watch. Next, this is much smaller, which is a good news for people with smaller wrists. And it is also slimmer, which is a good news to all. From the top, the case has vertically brushed finish throughout, matching the vertically brushed dial. There are 2 large polished chamfers flanking the dial top to bottom. The sides of the case have horizontally brushed finishing, and there are extrusions to match the octagonal bezel. There are 2 high polished chamfers running from top to bottom lug to lug distance of the case. There is a sign push-pull crown, and it's protected by sort of like an integrated crown guard. The brushing finishing on the watch is rather good, but the polish on the other hand, I would say it's just adequate. Well, I think it's good for the price they're paying, and I think it's on par with a lot of Casio Edifice in the market. The dial is protected by a sapphire crystal, but there is no anti-reflective coating, which is to be expected for a watch at this price range. The dial, on the other hand, impresses beyond its price range. It has a very nice vertically brushed finishing. Let's take a closer look. All the hour markers are applied and they are high polish. The hands are also high polish. The finishing on the hands are much better than those on, say, a Casio G-Shock GA2100. The edges on the hands are clean and free of any burr. The ticking second hand is gold plated. The finishing is great too. The only letdown is that the second hand, somehow, it misses all the hour markers or the minute markers. It misses the every markers by about, I would say, 1 to 2 millimeters behind. Maybe I can rectify this by popping the case back and try to realign the module slightly. Everything else on the dial is printed and it comes with a matching black date wheel. However, the date window is rather small. It's less intrusive that way, but if your eyesight is starting to deteriorate, like me, aging, then you would definitely need a pair of reading glasses. The watch comes with a snap-on stainless steel case back. It does, however, is rated for 100 meters of water resistance. The watch is powered by Casio 5359 quartz movement. It has a rated accuracy of plus minus 20 seconds per month, right? Not per day, but it's per month, as with most of the quartz watches. The battery should last you 3 years, so every 3 years you will need to pop up the case back and replace the battery. The bracelet design, it somehow looks like a 3-link bracelet, but it is not. It is just a single piece. Each link has brush finishing with high polish section. As you can see, there is a small high polish section. The sides are high polish as well. They are made out of folded metal to look like solid links. The bracelet is attached to the watch by 2 hollow end links. The clasp is made out of pressed metal and it comes with 3 micro adjustments. The removable links are just held in by pins. Alright, let's do a reshot. I think I might have forgot to talk about the loom. The hands are and the hour markers, they are filled with loom. I'm not sure what kind of loom they are, but as you can see, I'm charging them now with my UV torchlight. But once I turn off the torch, you can see that the loom is not that great. You know, maybe on the hands they could last a little longer, but on the hour markers, they are okay at best. Alright, this is how the watch sits on my 6-inch or 15.2 centimeters wrist. On the overall, the watch sits quite well even on my small wrist. It does not by any means look like a small watch, but it's not too big either. The bracelet is quite comfortable. The 3 micro adjustments should provide sufficient play for a good fit. My only complaint would be this big gap between the bracelet and the clasp. I sometimes get this caught on my pocket. So, the golden question, is this the real CasiOak? Well, in this case, I would say yes, you know. I would really say yes. I like this more than the modded GA2100 because of its size, its slimness, and most important of all, cost is a big factor too. And if you're eyeing a quartz version of the Tissot PRX, yes, I know it's a bit of a hype here, but you are a little tight on the money, I would really recommend this piece, as you should be able to find this for half of the price of a quartz Tissot PRX. Alright, with that said, I think that's all for this video. If you're new to the channel, I really hope that you can subscribe to my channel. It really helps me a lot. Till then, I will catch you guys in the next video. Stay safe, bye bye.